Hi, everybody. This is Thomas Trimmingham, and I'm the Director of Marketing for M&R Companies. And today I've got Kenneth Smith from DFW, and I'm really excited to start doing more We Are M&R series discussions with printers. And I think you might be the first guy down in Texas that I've chatted with, so this is pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
You overlooking us Texas boys down here?
Not intentionally, man. We're trying to get around a little bit, but no, I think I've been really excited. I've been chatting with over the years. I've been chatting with Ryan Barger about getting down there to see some of the
Oh
shops
yeah,
that you were.
Ryan's a good friend of mine. I met him about 16 years ago. I tried putting a gauntlet together by myself, and I had no idea what I was doing. And he came through to the rescue, and we've been friends ever since.
Well,
Good guy.
yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's a tech, so he knows everything from top to bottom, man.
He's not paying me to say that either.
Well, I hear you. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your company, just to get things kicked off?
Okay. Well, like you said, my name's Kenneth. I'm the owner of DFW INK. We're in Arlington, Texas, which is right in between Dallas and Fort Worth. Started screen printing in 1999. I was on the kind of promotional side of things, doing cheap giveaway stuff, pad printing, cylindrical printing. Then from there, it went to T-shirts. That industry, a lot of different businesses started popping up doing the same thing. So I kind of started setting up people's shop for them because I knew how to do all the different products. So I basically got recruited from one shop to the next, setting up people's shop. And then the last shop that I became friends with the owner, and he told me one day, like, hey, you're kind of maxed out on pay, just giving you a heads up. And I was like, well, hey man, kind of do some side jobs. And he was like, yeah, sure. So started doing some side jobs from there, and it turned out I started doing more than they were doing. And he came to me one day and said, hey, we're gonna have to run this together. We're gonna have to partner up. And I just told him, I said, man, I think I'm gonna take my shot. I think I'm gonna step out on my own and open up my own shop. And he looked at, he's like, really? And I said, yeah, man. I said, I think I can do it. I want to take a shot. I'm gonna go ahead and step out on my own. And then he said, really? He's like, you were one dumb effing white boy. And so when we were coming up with the name of our business, we wanted it to be something to do with DFW for Google search reasons and things like that. And then it just so turned out that DFW also stands for dumb effing white boy. So I ran with it like that. And like I said, I started out in my garage. I had a 6-color Riley Hopkins that I ran in my garage. I did that for about a year. Blood, sweat, and tears in that place. God. My homeowners association told me I can't do it anymore. So then I had to do it with my garage door closed, just so nobody knew what I was doing in there. And then I wanted to do a full calendar year because when we started my business, me and my wife, we worked for the same place. We both quit our jobs, bought a house, and had a baby all within the span of 10 days. So it was a lot of pressure on me just to make sure things were going well. So like I said, I did that for a year. Then I rented me a little spot, and then we just continued to grow from there. Currently, we have 2 automatics, a manual. We have a M&R image. We have an M&R Unicode. We have an AM schematic folding and bagging machine, and looking to grow even more.
That's really cool. I mean, that's a fun origin story, man. Like you could tell that it's kind of like you grew kind of just out of your own skill, right? Like printing, and you can tell you're a high energy guy.
Yeah, so the thing was, I learned when I was setting up all these other shops for people, none of them people knew how to print. They were all just, people looking to start a business. And I just, had it in the back of my mind, if I can start all these shops for other people, why not do it for myself? And so when I started hustling little side jobs and making some contacts and being able to save some money, one day I just a leap of faith and said, man, let's just do this. And it's kind of something, when you start your own shop, it becomes an extension of you. And it's just something that, no matter, I'll do anything to keep this shop going. Even when, the coronavirus hit or whatever, a lot of business owners and stuff were scared. It was just another challenge to me. And we went through like it was nothing, honestly. We've actually been doing better since coronavirus. Our numbers are way up.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, I think, it's real common for me to hear 2 dramatic differences in how people are reacting to this situation. Some people that are just, especially if they've come into it and they probably didn't have your scrappy background, you know what I mean, as far as making things work. It gets tougher on those folks because they get all the overhead labor and they just get so loaded up, and then when the plug gets pulled, they don't know what to do, and they just kind of throw their hands up. And then you've got the other group that are just they're do-it-yourselfers, man. They make things happen. You know what I mean? And that's to some degree,
Yeah.
that's what you got to do. You know?
Fortunately for me, all the equipment I bought, I paid for all up front, so I didn't have a lot of overhead that I was like, oh my God, I got all this stuff to pay for. All my equipment's paid for. We take good care of it. And like I say, I sat at home for 2 days, and then my phone started ringing like, hey, I need 900 shirts. And I did during quarantine, I did a shirt that said quarantine and chill, kind of like a Netflix thing. We ended up doing like 5,000 of those shirts.
Dude,
All
I
the
totally want
people,
that shirt.
uh,
I totally want that shirt, man. It's awesome.
oh, I can have one sent to you. I'm sure she still has some leftovers. But no, it was really the thing is that people just kind of stood up on their own. You know, all the people that are doing their personal brands, girls doing the boutiques and the Shopify stores and stuff like that, they just put their foot in the ground and said, you know, we're going to keep going. And then people sitting at home, you know, they're shopping online, so they're buying from all these little stores and stuff like that, fulfilling their orders like that. And honestly, that's all we're doing right now. It's weird because normally in August I would be doing nothing but schools right now, but our schools down here are still closed. Everybody's doing virtual learning. So it's literally people doing their own brands, and these people are doing more than they've ever done. And if it wasn't for them right now, I don't even know what I would be doing. 'Cause, like literally, that's all we're doing right now.
Yeah, and I think that I see that too. You know, it's like how things are sliding sideways in this way and that way. Would you say, I mean, as far as challenges, I know you said COVID hasn't been maybe that big of a deal, but what other challenges have you overcome, or hardships or other things have you struggled with in this industry? I mean, obviously there's always, everybody has their own story of how they kind of work through it, man.
Yeah, I guess for me, the first hurdle I had is, like I said, we both quit our jobs. I spent almost all the money I had saved on my original equipment. I remember I drove to Graphic Solutions. I loaded my truck up with everything. I spent about $24,000 just on my setup for my garage. And the biggest hurdle was right after that was in October of 2009. And then right after that, we had a baby. We had Christmas and all that. After I paid my mortgage that January, I had like $1,000 in the bank, and I was this close to telling my wife, like, "Hey, I messed up. I made a mistake. We're not going to make it. We're going to have to go get a job again." But I just kept printing, and people kept coming, and that $1,000 started growing and growing, and then from there, I never looked back. But the thing about the coronavirus for me, though, was originally down here they said that we were going to be shut down for 10 days, and I had 10 employees at the time. So what I did, it was right around spring break. So what I did is like, hey guys, this isn't the end of the world. It's 10 days. We should open right back up. So I cashed everybody's vacation time out because I take care of my employees the best I can. I wasn't trying to say, hey, you know, you're on your own type of deal. So we sat down, everybody's like, yeah, let's cash out our vacation. I was like, hey, have a 3-day weekend and a week's vacation and we'll be back at it. And then 3 days into that shutdown, they extended it to 30 days. So at that time, I had no idea like what was going to go on. I just knew. I told my guys it was almost heartbreaking to send them this message. I told them I was like, guys, I'm gonna have to lay you guys off. You know, you're gonna make more on unemployment than the jobs that we may or may not get. And that was a hard pill to swallow because most of my guys have been here. My lead guy has been here going on 9 years. Like he's been with me almost since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So that was a hard pill to swallow. But then, like I said, when people started coming in and placing orders and all that, I got in here myself and did them. You know, because I didn't want to bring my guys back and then work slow down. It was kind of unpredictable. I didn't know what to do, so I was just like, hey, I'm gonna get in there and do it myself and just keep the shop afloat. And what I found was being in here by myself, it kind of reignited my passion for printing because I don't print every day. You know, I do owner type stuff, you know. And
Yeah.
so, and truthfully, all the equipment I have, I've never even really used on a day in and day out basis. And I'm in here, I'm just like, geez, I've created a screen printer's playground in here. I've got, you know, the Unicode, the iImage, these automatic presses, a bagging machine. And I just look back, I was like, man, I started in my garage, and now to have all this and to have it all paid for, you know, we've come a long way, and I'm definitely thankful for that. But we just muscled through it. I muscled through it on my own. My wife was pounding the phone, making sales calls. We're doing social media specials, you know, just trying to get whatever work we can. And then there was just one day that the doors opened right back up. And I was like, God, I cannot handle this on my own anymore. So I started bringing some of my guys back. But the thing I learned the most when I was by myself is I started counting everything again. Like, how many screens can I get out of a gallon of emulsion? How many screens can I clean with a gallon of chemical? You know, how many screens can I tape up with a roll of tape? How long does it take to print or set up an 8-color front? How long does it take to do that? I kind of just reset everything, you know, so that when my guys came back, I told them, I'm like, look, this is how much stuff I've been doing by myself. And when I say by myself, I mean I'm loading the machine, unloading, catching, mixing my own ink, cleaning all my screens, making all my screens. And I was like, you know, I kind of raised the standards within my shop once I figured out, like, hey, if I can do all this by myself, a handful of these people ought to be able to do a whole lot. So I learned when I was in here by myself how to be a lot more efficient, and also to appreciate the equipment that I have. We've got all of my equipment is top notch, and I love it, man.
Well, thanks for sharing that story. That's great, man. And I think that should help a lot of people, because I think in reality, a lot of owners would benefit from, I mean, not that they would benefit from going through that pain, but they would benefit from getting their hands on the equipment and kind of learning, like, what does it really take? They may not have your skill set, however, you know, to execute at the level you're executing, but I think it really does it gives you an ability to interact with your employees on a different level. You know what I mean? If you can come in
Oh
and do
yeah,
that, you know.
yeah, definitely.
I think one thing I noticed about your shop, Kenneth, more than maybe some other shops, or just as far as unique, like what makes your shop unique, is your graphics, man. You got the fantastic kind of urban slant to it, combined with kind of a, you know what,
Yeah,
a detail. I wouldn't even. It's a little bit of tattoo, it's a little bit of urban, but you got some real strong identity in there, which I really like. Is that intentional
yeah.
or?
So the artwork in my shop is something that first of all, I'm extremely proud of my shop because of my roots. And so this is well, I say it's my final destination, who knows? This is actually like my fourth location. I've moved like every 2 years just because of growth. And so when I moved into the location, you can see behind me right now, I have a fascination. I have a tentacle over here, octopus in the back. And even up front, I've got a total of, I think, 11 murals throughout my shop. And it's just something that I want when people come in here. I don't want to be some boring shop. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to come in here and be like, oh, it looks the same as the other place. And I literally have people come in my shop and they'll kind of feel uneasy or doubtful about what they're doing. I'll say, hey, let's go to the back. Let me show you my shop. And as soon as they walk in, they feel at home. They're like, oh, wow, this is cool back here. Oh, you know, and I show them how everything works. That's one thing I'm big on, is educating my customers about printing. You know, somebody's asking for something that I either don't want to do or it's not really feasible. I take them straight to the back and say, this is why I'm not doing it. You know, and it's so much easier just to show them in person and just kind of, you know, tell them. So yeah, so and as far as the artwork and the style of printing that we do, believe it or not, I haven't made a design in probably, I don't know, a couple of years. Everybody I work with brings their own artwork. It may not be in the right format, but they bring their own artwork. We hardly ever design from scratch, and I mean hardly ever. I don't even have an in-house artist. Like, that's how few we do. We do probably about 125 to 150 jobs a week, and I say out of those jobs, I might create artwork for one. And if I do, it's something super simple. But if you look through our Instagram, almost every single thing on there is customer supplied artwork.
In regards to the future for you, what are you looking forward for as far as your shop and where you think you're headed?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Where's Ryan Barger? Give me 1 second. I have Ryan Barger in the building, actually. We're gonna get Ryan Barger involved in this because it's only right. He was pretty much there at the beginning of my screen printing career, so here he comes. Everybody, look who we have, the
Very
wonderful
cool.
Ryan Barger.
Hey, there he is. How you doing, Ryan?
What's going on,
Good to
Tom?
see you, brother. How you doing, man?
Yeah, so Thomas is he's asking what's going on for the future of DFW Inc. And we are actually signing a contract right now in the middle of this interview for a digital squeegee. Like,
No way, dude.
we're doing
That's
this right
awesome,
now,
man.
right here.
Oh,
Graphic
congratulations, bro.
group. Yes, we are super excited. And
Oh,
I just want to say to all the other screen printers out there, dude, this is coming regardless. You and your arts and craft show is coming to an end, baby. We are going digital. I'm going to be the first one in my area to do this. We're going to push this technology forward. It's here. It's right now. And this is happening. We're going hybrid, and the rest of the industry can either follow us or get out the way, because we're going to run right over them. So I would suggest following and enjoying this technology that's available to us. It's amazing. I've been watching this machine for over a year now. Brian's been in here a ton of times. We've measured my shop 20 times. We've looked at 10 different layouts, 10 different schematics or whatever. So we've been running numbers. I've been hinting at this on Instagram a little bit. I've gotten incredible feedback on it. And I don't know if you can see my pen, but we're going to go ahead and get this contract going here. And so when you ask what we're doing for the future of DFW Inc., we're going digital, baby.
Yeah, I documented it too.
That is awesome, man. This might be one of my favorite, if not my favorite interviews, brother.
Well, I'm honored. I'm honored.
No, I mean, that's fantastic, dude. And congratulations. And
No
I may
problem,
have
man.
said this before, but the DS was one of the main reasons that I decided to join up with M&R, because I saw the potential there. I used to do 14 color separations every day for Harley,
Oh,
and I said, no more, right? I saw the potential, man, and I was like, this is the
Yeah,
way to go.
Thomas, we didn't want to surprise you too bad with this. Sorry about not informing you that I was here today, but Kenneth helped me to
No,
us.
man, it's great to see you. This is
We've
awesome.
been talking about this over the last few weeks, and after staying up till like 1 o'clock in the morning last night, I woke up and it's still in my gut. I called Barger. I said, "Get over here. We're doing the interview today at 1 o'clock. We're signing this contract during the interview." And like I said, I just want to let all the other printers know, don't be afraid of this. Make it work, because if you don't make it work, you're going to be in line looking for work somewhere else. Like, this is what is going on in our industry. We've already seen it happen in the sign and banner industry. The people who ignored it are no longer in business. Nobody's screen printing banners anymore. Like, this is the real deal. This is what's happening. So, like I said, go on and join us, follow us, or find something else to do.
That's fantastic, man. We will definitely get photos from you, and we'll get the install and put that up as a follow up for this. That's fantastic, Kenneth. Just congratulations, man. That's so exciting
Thanks,
for
man.
you. Yeah, because I think and with your hands-on approach, man, you are gonna love the DS, because there's so much you can
I
do.
already do love it. I went to I think it was called like the Print United show or whatever.
Yep.
And they had the digital squeegee running there, and I looked at that thing, and I gotta say that in my entire life, I've never wanted anything more than I want this machine. Like, it's a big deal, man. Like,
Yeah.
it takes me back all the way to my garage pulling that squeegee. I would wake up in the middle of the night with my hands like cramped up like this. All the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears is finally coming to a head. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited for the future of print. I'm excited to get this machine in my hands just so I can play with it, because that's what made me fall in love with screen printing. The second shop I worked at, they made me manager and gave me a key. I would sneak into that place at 2 o'clock in the morning and just start playing with machines. What happens when you do this? What happens when you do this? Let me wrinkle up a piece of foil. Just playing and experimenting. I think that's how most screen printers learn, is just diving in and playing with things and figuring out, what you can do with different things. And that's why I'm so excited about that digital squeegee. I think that we're going to do some revolutionary stuff with it, man. I really do.
I have no doubt, and I can't wait for us to get our travel stuff opened up so I can come down there, man, and hang out with you.
Yeah,
and,
you need to come
and
down to
help
Texas,
you run
man.
that.
I'll take you down the street and get some good barbecue.
That's it. That's legit, man. So I think to wrap this up, man, like, any additional messages? How can people get in touch with you? How do you want people to reach out to you if they maybe need some printing from you or something like that?
Sure. I have my company name is DFW Inc. So you can search for me on anything. My website is literally DFW.Inc. So you can hit me up on the website. You can hit me up on social media if you want. My Instagram's DFW Inc. Facebook DFW Inc. So if you type in DFW Inc., you're gonna find all kinds of ways to contact us, and I'll reply no matter how you come at me.
All right. Well, Kenneth and Ryan, that's unexpected. It's great seeing you guys, and congratulations.
He's been here. He's been here. We've been here kind of just staring at the blank space and envisioning the future. He's been here for about 2.5 hours now, actually.
Well, that's super exciting. Well, congratulations, man.
I'm about to actually put it to work. I'm behind now.
You should, yeah. Get him folding some shirts there. Get him doing something.
Yeah.
He knows how to do it. All right.
I
Well,
definitely will.
I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, and congrats again, man. That's super exciting.
No
for you
problem.
guys.